PPC, aka pay-per-click. In my opinion, one of the two most important skills to achieve success when you product label on Amazon. Hey, this is Rochelle and welcome to Multiple Passive Streams of Income. This tutorial will take you from beginner to intermediate and will help you rank, which will increase sales. Now let me put this disclaimer out here first. PPC will not work if your product is not differentiated or if your differentiate doesn't resonate with your audience and or your product has poor review average ratings. This is why I stress this is one of two most important skills needed to be successful with private labeling on Amazon. The other skill, obviously, is differentiation. So now let's go over two basic fundamentals about Amazon PPC before we build our PPC campaigns. We first have to talk about match types. There's exact match, phrase match, and broad match. Let's say the keyword for my product is yellow teapot. A customer has to type yellow teapot exactly to possibly see my listing. If the customer types small yellow teapot or yellow teapot set, my listing will only show if I'm running a phrase match PPC campaign. The key here is that the words yellow teapot appears in the customer's search and the words yellow teapot are together. There's no additional words in between. If a customer searches yellow and white teapot, my listing will not show because the words yellow and teapot are not together in the customer's search query. In order for my listing to show, I would have to have a broad PPC campaign which says, show my listing if the words yellow and teapot appear in any order. So a search for a teapot with white and yellow stripes may allow my listing to be seen if I'm running a broad match campaign. But this search query would not allow my listing to be shown if I'm running a phrase or exact PPC campaign. Now that we understand match types, let's talk about automatic versus manual campaigns. Simply put, an automatic campaign allows Amazon to show your listing where it sees fit. So Amazon will determine what search terms you show for by looking at the keywords that you include in your listing. So what you write in your title, your bullet points, your description, and your back-end keywords. Now let's compare this to a manual campaign where you direct Amazon as to what search terms you want to be seen for. So let's set up an automatic campaign first. From your advertising tab in Seller Central, go to Campaign Manager. On the Management tab, you can create a portfolio by clicking the hyperlink. Now this is going to help you organize your PPC campaigns as you create more and more of them, and especially if you're running campaigns for multiple products. So make sure you name your portfolio something meaningful. So you'll enter that name and then click Create Portfolio. Click Create Campaign to start. Click Continue on the sponsored products thumbnail. The other two thumbnails are for brands only, so if you're not a registered brand with Amazon, you cannot use those. So we'll click Continue. Enter a campaign name. Again, we need to use a meaningful name. So maybe you can call it your product, and then I'm going to put auto for auto campaign, and then anything else useful like low bids or loose match, for example. Select the portfolio. I usually don't add an end date, but you can. Enter your daily budget. leave the targeting as automatic targeting. For the campaign bidding strategy, click dynamic bids down only. Now, as you learn how to do PPC, you may select something else in the future, but the reason why I select this is I don't want Amazon to have the liberty to go wild with my budget. Now add your ad group name. Because I only run PPC with one ad group per campaign, I use the same name as my campaign name. But in the future, if you decide to run multiple ad groups in your campaigns, just make sure that you name them something meaningful so that you can distinguish between them. Now we're at the product section. You'll select the products that you're going to target in your campaign and click Add. The products you select will show in the right pane. In the automatic targeting section, you want to add your bid. Now you can see the suggested bid, which can help you with your decision, and that information will vary from product to product. I usually set up my initial campaigns with a default bid of 75 cents. Now we're at the negative keyword targeting section. And some people don't put any negative keywords when they start their PPC, but I usually get negative keywords from the beginning. And what I do is I will use merchant words or helium-10's magnet to identify keywords from the beginning, and I'll enter those keywords into my campaigns. So let's say my yellow teapot is not a set. I would add set as a negative keyword. Let's say my teapot is not porcelain. I will add that as a keyword as well. And I'll increase these negative keywords as they appear on my search term reports. The next section is negative product targeting. I usually leave that blank when creating a PPC campaign. Product ASINs will appear on your search term reports, and I'll look up those ASINs on Amazon to determine if I want to show up for those listings. Don't underestimate product targeting and negative product targeting. Your data will help you determine who to target in a product targeting campaign and who to add to your negative product targeting. After we do this, we'll click Launch Campaign to start advertising. So that was pretty simple to do. Next, let's talk about how we're going to set up our manual PPC campaigns. Again, we're going to create the campaign. We're going to continue. We're going to put in our campaign name. We're going to pick the portfolio. We're going to enter the daily budget. And this time, we're going to click manual targeting. This allows us to tell Amazon what search terms we would like to show up for. We're going to click dynamic bids down only again. We're going to use the same name as our campaign for our ad group. We're going to add the products by clicking add. And if my product has variations like different colors or different sizes, for example, I usually add them all to the same campaign unless I'm targeting something specific. So let's say I have a product that is red and I'm targeting keywords that have red included in them, then I may just only add that one red product. Let's say I'm targeting a broader search term like porcelain teapots and I have 5 different colors. I will add all of those products as products that I want my listing to show for if someone uses the search term porcelain teapot. Okay, now the targeting is going to stay the same at keyword targeting. I'm going to select enter list and then I'm going to click the applicable match type. Now this campaign, I usually do phrase and exact match together. And again, as you learn, you may have different preferences. I usually select default bid from the drop down so that the default bid is applied to all the keywords that I'm going to paste into this PPC campaign. And then I'll paste those keywords into the box. Now, these keywords are selected from Merchant Words or Helium 10, and I do research obviously before I create these campaigns. You can use Helium 10's magnet, and you can also use Cerebro, which is a reverse ASIN search. So what you would do is type your keyword into Amazon, and then you would take the top competitors on page 1 for that keyword. I basically insert those ASINs into Cerebro to determine the keywords that they're ranking for, and by also looking at the search volume of those keywords. I would suggest using no more than 25 keywords per campaign. And we obviously went over the negative keyword targeting earlier in the video, so the same holds true for a manual PPC campaign. And then we'll click Launch Campaign. The first optimization you can do is to negative keyword the search terms that you entered into your manual campaign and make them negative keywords in your automatic campaign. So this will ensure that you don't have more than one PPC campaign targeting the same keyword. Next, you will periodically pull your search term reports, analyze the data, and increase your negative keywords and negative products as they present themselves on your search reports. You should optimize your PPC campaigns weekly at the very least, and if you can do it more often, that's even better. To add negative keywords, we'll again go to the Advertising tab, Campaign Manager, click on the portfolio if we created one, click on the campaign hyperlink that you want to add your negative keywords to, then click on the Ad Group hyperlink. Click Negative Targeting, add negative keywords or negative products if you have ASINs that you want to not show for. Click the respecting Add button, add the keywords or ASINs to the blank box. Remember to choose negative exact and or negative phrase. Then click Add Keywords. If you're adding both match types, you have to add negative exact and then add the same keywords and then select negative phrase and click Add Keywords again. Then click Save. You'll see a message showing the number of negative keywords or negative products that you just added. If you want to run a PPC search term report, go to the left menu and click Reports, then Create Report. It defaults to Sponsored Products, Search Term and Summary. You can use the report period to change the dates you want the data for. You can name the report. You can send the report via email to other people. You can also schedule the delivery of the report. Click Run Report. It'll say Pending. Click the Browser Refresh button and then you'll see Completed. Use the download icon to download your data. It's your job to analyze your data periodically to optimize your campaigns. Always remember, profits result from optimization. That's where the money happens. That's where the magic occurs. I will be building on this tutorial with future PPC tutorials, so definitely subscribe and click the notification bell. As always, thanks for your time, as I know you could be any other place right now. Take care.